Welcome to this edition of Labor Vision. I'm Bob Delaney, Executive Director of the Institute for Labor Studies and Research. Labor Vision, a production of the Institute, focuses on topics of importance to working Rhode Island families. We hope you enjoy this evening's edition.
Hi, my name is Tom Carr. I'm from the Rhode Island AFL-CIO. This is Labor Vision, and today our guest is Maribeth Calabro from the Providence Teachers Union. The Providence school system is where I graduated from, so I want to say thank you very much for my education. Maribeth, you've been the president for how long in Providence now?
5 years.
5 years? Okay.
Yes.
And what do you teach when you're not handling union issues?
I'm a special education teacher at Nathaniel Green Middle School.
Nathaniel Green, that's where my little brother went to school. And most importantly for your members, how did you get involved in the union?
I started, actually, it was one of my first 3 years of teaching, and my mom was a teacher in Providence as well. And my mother said to me, you need to get involved. My mom was a delegate, and there was a delegate at Nathaniel Green, and he was leaving, so I decided to run for delegate at Nathaniel Green. So I went from delegate, and then after delegate, I became VP of Special Populations, and then I was VP of Middle Schools, and then I was VP at Large, and then I became president.
So you did it the right way. You
went up the ladder.
Right up the ladder. That's fantastic. All right, so let's talk about what happened in the recent past, and what happened with the Providence Teachers Union.
Sure.
What are the highlights of this most recent contract? Your members just ratified with the city, and is the city finished with its ratification process yet?
So the city's not finished with the ratification process yet. We had, the Providence Teachers Union had a ratification meeting last Thursday, and it was an overwhelming vote. It was 98.25% in the affirmative for the contract, or the TA, and now it has to go through 2 full reads of the City Council. So we're awaiting that to happen.
And the vote was something like 900 and something to...
930 to 23.
Oh my God, that's...
I'm told it's kind of unheard of, so it's pretty amazing.
Yeah,
it's a good feeling.
I worked, when I was at the Newspaper Guild, we never had votes like that. They were much closer than, we never had 90% votes, nothing like that. Okay, so next question. It seemed like your members were pretty solid throughout, especially at council meetings, events where you knew the mayor would be.
Yep.
How did you get your members so active in the fight? And when did you decide to go to work to rule, and why?
So we had been at this for the better part. We actually had all of last year that we didn't have a contract. So last year in January, when the mayor and the city had taken their last offer off the table, that's when we decided to mobilize. And I think that them taking the last offer off the table really mobilized our organization. And in doing so, that brought us to the mayor's State of the City at City Hall, where we had, well over 1,100 members show up, plus other organizations. We had IBEW, AFL,
absolutely, the insurance.
AFL-CIO. We had police, we had fire. We had a lot of support that day, and we were very proud to have that support. Mm-hmm. And I think that was the beginning of a groundswell of showing solidarity as an organization. And then we did other events that the mayor was at. We also did his campaign kickoff. We tried to negotiate over the course of last year and throughout the summer. And then at the beginning of this year is when we decided to go to work to rule. And that came at a meeting that occurred on the Monday before we started orientation day.
Okay.
And that was another overwhelming vote.
Right. And at one point, you actually suspended that.
We did it at 2 points. Well, so we suspended it, unfortunately, on the second day of school. We had a child that was murdered in front of PCTA, and we suspended work to rule immediately. so that our teachers and students could be together and feel safe and work together so that the community could feel safe. And it was absolutely the right thing to do, and I would do it again in a heartbeat.
And that's a solidarity thing.
Absolutely, absolutely. Yeah. And the second time we did it was after I received a few phone calls from family members of high school students who were looking to get letters of recommendation for their students, for their children, early admission recommendations for their children, and they appealed to my parenthood, me being a mother. And,
absolutely.
And, our goal was not to hurt children. No. Our goal was to shake up the administration. It wasn't never about hurting children, right. So we suspended it for that as well.
And as it should be. All right, so it seemed like you gave a good opportunity. It seemed like you had a good opportunity to organize the troops, and you got a fairly decent contract in the end.
Yes.
How do you feel about the end product?
I'm very proud of the end product, to be honest with you. I'm very proud of it. And obviously my teachers are very pleased with it based on the numbers. I think that it is a fair contract. I think that it's respectful of the work that our teachers do. It's also respectful of the financial condition within the city of Providence. Yeah. I also think that it speaks to summer learning loss, because we have many kids who suffer some summer slide, and we address that in offering summer school K-12 that is a non-punitive summer school. So I'm looking forward to implementing that summer school program.
Yeah. And do they still run the summer school at Nathaniel Green? I know my mom actually worked there.
Oh, really?
Yeah, my mom worked at Nathaniel Green Summer School. She worked in the Providence school system for a little while, and in the office staff in a couple of different schools, and mostly for Arthur Zarella at Central and at Nathaniel Green for a couple of years.
So this is going to be a different program where it's more of a ramp up and a maintenance program where it's not if you've done poorly in school, but it's just to make sure that kids maintain over the summer. So it gives them the option of maintaining, having access to technology, access to text, access to social emotional learning. That's the onus of that. There'll still be the summer school that we all know very well, which is if you're not doing well in school, you go to summer school to make up that grade. But this is going to be a different kind of summer school. It's a non-punitive summer school.
Just like keeping up with your learning.
Keeping up with your learning.
That's fantastic. Okay, so again, we talked about it already, but it was an overwhelming vote. And why do you think you had such overwhelming support for this vote? I think it's a couple of reasons. I think that we've never been more cohesive as an organization. And I think that coming together and the organization knowing that I would not put a document in front of them that I was not satisfied with. I wouldn't ask them to vote on something that I wasn't 100% positive of myself. And I also think that because of the fairness of the document and the ability for teachers to realize a little bit of an increase in salary and have the opportunity for more professional development, I think that all of those things together came together in a perfect storm and allowed us to have a solid contract with much agreement. Okay. Can't ask
for anything
everything
else.
We've said so far, that seems exactly what it leads to. And speaking of organizing and mobilizing the troops around this contract fight, it's probably good practice against the Janus decision. How is your membership held up now that you no longer have an agency shop?
We're fine. We haven't had anyone.
Wow, that's fantastic.
Yeah, we haven't had anyone say that they no longer want to be a union member. So, and I don't know of many organizations in RFT or in AFL-CIO that have had many members. I think that we're at, in terms of the whole RFT, I think we're probably at 98, 99% that remained union members. So, we worked really hard. We did a lot of education
With that vote too, I mean, that speaks volumes.
Yeah,
I mean, I think
it
they're
does.
pretty solidly behind you.
It does.
And they're solidly together,
does.
so.
Because this is not the same organization that it's always been, you know, and we're more customer oriented. We're more driven towards supporting our educators and offering professional development and doing the things that we think our educators need, you know, in the 21st century.
That's fantastic. Now, a question that wasn't even on my list, but you know, going forward, we just had the bond issue. How do you guys feel about that?
I'm grateful for the bond issue. I'm very grateful, and I know that my teachers who have, you know, send me videos on a regular basis of, you know, raining in classrooms and mold and ceiling tiles and things are very grateful, and we really can't wait till it gets started, the work gets started.
I mean, I'm a classical grad, and that's one of the newer schools, and I've seen pictures of what's going on there, so I can imagine. And I mean, you guys have sent, some of your teachers have sent me pictures
I'm sure
as
they
part
have.
of, you know, the Fix Our Schools
The Fix Our School initiative was, we're very grateful to that coalition for helping to push this initiative, because I don't think people understand, and it's not just a Providence initiative, it's a statewide initiative. There are, you know, obviously Rogers in Newport, but there are schools across the state that are in such disrepair, because I think that because of the construction moratorium, and because we kicked the can down the road for so long in terms of repairing schools, that now we're really in disrepair. And unfortunately, the collateral damage of that is sick teachers, sick students, and
6 schools.
6 schools.
Yeah, I think East Providence is already planning a new high school. I mean,
North Providence did 2 new elementary schools.
I think there are 8 communities that put bond issues in for next year. So I think, you know, the building trades.
And the mayor in Providence also put in.
Right.
A bond
Providence,
issue.
East Providence. I forget the other communities, but you know, the building trades are thrilled.
Yeah.
You know, gives them a lot of work.
Yep,
and
gives them work.
I think it was, you know, a huge bonus.
I do. I think it's a big win for everybody.
Everybody.
And as long as our kids are safe, warm, and dry, and we can teach in
New buildings, I mean.
decent conditions, that's all we can ask for.
Yep. I mean, really, I mean, if you get a new building with, you know, that's wired for Wi-Fi already, what's better than that?
Nothing. Right now, nothing.
Yeah, I mean,
You know?
really, what more could a teacher ask for than new technology?
Yeah.
You know, I mean, I remember what the old Central Voc Tech used to look like, and what it looks
And
like now.
now what it looks like now, right? It's state of the art.
I mean, that is a beautiful school.
It's a beautiful school.
I mean, I used to play basketball in there as a kid. You know, when I was at Glasgow, I used to train with the old Central team, and it's just like night and day now. You know,
There are great things happening there.
Yeah.
Great things happening, and it's an amazing school.
yeah, I've been in it since it's changed. We had one of our first Fix Our Schools
Yes.
coalitions, you know,
Meetings
in there,
yeah.
and it was, my eyes were just opened. I was just like, wow, look at this place. I was just.
My wish is that all schools look like that.
I hope so too. For the future going forward, you know, like I said, I'm a Providence school grad, and I really hope that all the schools in Providence are that shiny and beautiful pretty soon. You know, every kid deserves to have
Every kid.
that school system, or that school being their school.
Yep.
So hopefully that's what it ends up being.
We hope.
So I think that we are just about ready to wrap up, and thank you very much for being here.
Thank you for having me.
This has been Labor Vision, and thank you for watching, and that's it. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Good evening and welcome to this edition of Labor Vision. My name is Jim Riley. I'll be your host this evening. And we've got a really special guest and a great guy. It's Raul Figueroa of Fuerza Laboral. Now, some of you people may not know what Fuerza Laboral is, so I'm going to ask you if you could just give us just a short little history of Fuerza Laboral and what you do.
Of course. Thank you for having me.
We're very happy to have you.
And so Fuerza Laboral it's a workers' rights organization, and it was established 12 years ago. So we are located in Central Falls, Rhode Island. We consider ourselves a multi-issue organization. We help immigrants' rights, but our main focus is workers' rights.
Fantastic. Now, something really exciting has happened over there lately. I know all of us in the labor movement are very excited about it. With help of Representative Maldonado and Senator Nesselbush, you were able to get legislation passed that now allows for the creation and function of worker cooperatives. Tell us about worker cooperatives, and well, first of all, how did you get it done? And tell us a little bit about it.
Well, there was something that, that was something that was being on the works for a long time. The whole project of starting workers' cooperatives started about 5 years ago. So the first we started, gathering all the people who were interested in forming cooperatives. But then we noticed that there was the cooperatives here in Rhode Island doesn't have their own identity. So they couldn't be incorporated, they couldn't be recognized as a workers' cooperatives. So the only way to be able to do that is through legislation. So with the legislation, and I gotta say, Senator Nesselbush and Representative Maldonado championed that bill in both chambers, and we were able to pass it in 1 year. And by doing that, now workers' cooperatives have their own identity, so they are a new form of corporation, and that's how I understand, and that's how it's formed. So it gave us the fertile ground for us to build from that point on.
And build you have. And why don't you show the folks the organization, Healthy Planet Cleaning Co-op. Tell us about the Healthy Planet Cleaning Co-op.
Well, Healthy Planet Cleaning Co-op is a cleaning cooperative. It's the first cleaning workers cooperative incorporated under the new law.
The new law, fantastic.
Yeah, so we were really excited. That law became effective on January 1st of 2018. It took us several months to actually incorporate that cooperative. But this is a group of individuals who have been working on this plan for the past 2 years. So for them, it was such a exciting moment to actually be able to now form their own cooperative and work for themselves. Before that, they were working for through temp agencies. They didn't have any work stability, but they have a tremendous amount of experience. Together, we'll have over 3 decades of experience in cleaning residential and commercial buildings. And so we have been incorporated, and we are fully bonded. We have all the insurance, and we just looking for more business.
All right, tell us where you're cleaning now.
So we are cleaning the offices of the AFL-CIO in Providence, and now we're excited to be cleaning the Institute for in Cranston. So we really appreciate that opportunity. It's something that we've been looking forward to for a while.
Cameraman Tom works at the AFL-CIO, and I work at the Institute for Labor Studies and Research. I know Tom and George were telling me, and Cheryl's tough. You got to get things right with Cheryl.
Oh, absolutely.
And she's very, very happy with the work that you guys are doing over there. So that alone is A-okay for me. And we're looking forward to when you come over and do some work with us.
Of course.
And you're also going to be doing some work with me as well. You'll be cleaning my house.
Absolutely.
Yeah. So what I want people to understand is that it's not just a commercial organization here. They also do houses and apartments and condos and that sort of thing too, and they do a terrific job. I mean, I'm going to have my place cleaned probably every 3 weeks or so.
Okay.
You don't know what's hidden in those carpets and around the corners. And it's the stuff that I don't do. Clean. Like I clean the countertops and I do this and that, but I don't really get to where it needs to.
And these people are experts, and they're really proud of. They are professional. They're really proud of the work that they do, and they like to show it. So they like to point out the before and after every time they do this work. So.
Okay, so more than anything, this business model is about income equality and not necessarily profit margins, but you're going to make a profit, I'm sure.
Yep.
So tell us about that.
So this is originally, the cleaning industry has, for a long time, has been stigmatized as an industry that doesn't have that much value, but it has a lot of potential, and it's something. And it's an industry with a lot of people start. a lot of the times, a lot of immigrants, those are one of their first jobs here, and but this never had the opportunity to own a piece of that pie. They don't have opportunity to own a piece of the business because they always, number one, were getting paid minimum wage, and it's really hard to save some money and to start your own business if you only get paid minimum wage. So by owning a business collectively, now all the profits go to them. All they cut the middleman, which is in a lot of cases was the temp agencies, and now they're able to not only pay themselves a livable wage, but also all the money, the rest of the profits they are going to invest in that business. They're going to invest in that business because they want to make it grow, and that's the same. The same way that they got the opportunity to do that, they want to expand so they can give the opportunity to other people to also join the cooperative.
Work is proud no matter what it is, as far as I'm concerned.
Absolutely. Thank you.
And there's a little more pride when you've got a sense of ownership in the business, and that must feel really good for these workers.
Absolutely. So we focus on responsible consumers.
Yeah.
Right. Because to anybody, this might just seem like another company trying to get in the market, right? But in reality, you know that every dollar you spend there goes to these people, goes to their families, and goes to grow the business, and doesn't go to just one person. It's divided among every member of the cooperative.
That's fantastic.
Yeah.
So you got a pretty good partnership in the community bank with Navigant Credit Union.
Yep.
Gary Furtado does a great job over there, and tell us about that relationship and how it came about.
Right. So it came about because we need to, if we're going to help people create their own cooperatives, their own businesses, we need to have access to capital, right? And Navigant Credit Union created a special product to give loans to individuals who want to form a cooperative up to $5,000. So if 5 people want to get start a business and want to get a loan, all of them can access a loan up to $5,000, which is $25,000, which is a pretty good start to start your own business. And they're willing to work with people who maybe doesn't have a good credit record or a bad credit record. They're willing to work with people in order to bring the record a little higher so they can have a lower interest rate. They have been really accommodated, and I gotta say this is one of our most important partners among this network. And we feel really proud to have them as partners. And we are both in the community. We're both in we work directly with the offices in Central Falls, so we have a tremendous relationship, and we're happy to help each other.
Now, you've got a partner for funding, you've got people to work. Now you're going to need, obviously, cleaning supplies and all the accoutrements that go along with doing a professional job. Where do you go to get that stuff?
Right. So as of right now, because it's they don't have that much business right now. They usually they have I think they either get it at like a regular store, because they don't have to buy it in bulk just yet. Okay. But as they continue to grow, there is a really good supply company that I have a previous relationship with before, which is called Morale Sales. They're also in Cranston, so we are looking to maybe start a partnership later on and see if we can get our supplies from them.
Well, you're here on Labor Vision. Lots of folks watch this program, and this is a good part of the marketing program that you have to get people to sign up for this great program. And believe me, they do a fantastic job. What else are you doing as far as marketing is concerned? I know that George Nee at the AFL-CIO has been telling his friends about it, and I'm sure that we're going to, as we go through this year and the rest of this year and the next, that we're going to start really picking up stuff. Tell us about what your marketing consists of now. Yeah, so our focus is on a social media campaign that we're going to unveil on next year. Focuses on responsible consumers.
the official launch of the cleaning cooperative is going to be possibly on December 13 in Central Falls. We are working on finishing out the website with a lot of before and after pictures with testimonial from our clients. We had designed the flyers. We have gone to, we got knocking on a lot of doors, and I'm hoping that the people who we are already serving will be able to recommend us to other potential clients as well.
Yeah. Have you got some on the line right now?
Yes, we do.
Okay,
yes,
good.
Yes, we do.
I understand that you've met with the United States Senator. And what kinds of other businesses are you looking to expand into the cooperative?
So we met with his team first, and we're just looking for more opportunities. We're looking for more opportunities to to go to different buildings, access different markets. But at the same time, we want to get funding for us to, because this is not the first. This is not the only cooperative that we want to create. We have a feasibility study to create.
I was going to ask you about that, so let's go there. Right
so to create at least another 6 cooperatives. So each individual, each potential member has to go through the Co-op Academy, which right now it's in place. And out of those groups are going to, we identify the people who want to develop a new cooperative. So in order to do all this work, we also need to get funding. So the reason why we went to his office, because we want to see what other funding opportunities are out there, something that we haven't explored yet.
Mm-hmm. Now, there's reporting that in the law, it states that any current corporation could elect to become a workers' cooperative. Any plans like that in the works?
Yeah, so we have.
Explain to me what that means. I'm not sure exactly.
So it means that not just any corporation, but any business in the future will be able to incorporate as a workers' cooperative, especially those businesses who have been owned by a family for a long time. Let's say a barber shop, a mechanic, a restaurant. People, a lot of the time, these people have been working there for a long time. The children don't want to take on that new on that business because they want to do something else, and it's something that has been in the community for a long time. So give the opportunity for that owner to retire and sell that business to the workers, so they continue with the services in the community, continue providing the same services they were before.
All right, so let's do a little bit of marketing right now.
Okay.
What if the folks who are watching here want to get in touch with you, want to talk to you about utilizing your services? Tell us what we can do here.
Yeah, so you can either go to the Fuerza Laboral website, it's fuerza-laboral.org, or you can also call us at 401-725-2799. As for Raul or Oscar, you can also email me at organizer-laboral.org.
Okay.
Yeah.
And what about a phone number if they just want to give you a call?
Yeah, so 401-725-2799.
2799. Well, Raul, we wish you and Fuerza Laboral the best. That's an organization that I have very close to my heart, and I'm really, really looking forward to you folks working over at the place where I live, and I'll have a healthier environment to live in because
Absolutely.
I get all those stuff out of the rugs that I know is going in there.
Yeah,
so we wish you well.
Appreciate that, and thank you for having me.
We're going to have you on next year, or sometime when you're too busy, you can't even come here. We really want to help you work this building and build this.
We will always make time to be here.
Thank you. And that's it for this edition of Labor Vision. We'll see you next time.
Thank you for joining us for this edition of Labor Vision. We appreciate your input and encourage your comments. Labor Vision can be seen on this channel 3 times each week: Tuesday at 7 p.m., Thursday at 8 p.m., and Saturday at 5 p.m.